Greetings, YouTubers. Nathan here. A little toasty out here today, about 101 degrees, so I'm a little slow, but speaking of the heat, just replaced the clutch fan on this and made a big difference if you saw my last video. Now today, I am going to be replacing this guy right here, the coolant bottle level, where you put the fluid in. And what's happened, somebody has tried to repair it. If you look closely right there, you'll see a crack. And you'll see the coolant has gotten so hot, they hot glued this up. They tried to fix it. Didn't work. It just melted the hot glue, and you can see it just basically blew back on this piece here. So what I did, I went on eBay, did some research, and found out you can buy just about all these reservoirs now. The coolant reservoirs, clear. Just like this. This is what we're going to be sticking on. How nice is that? And this way you can see the level. I've seen a lot of guys have the dark ones like this, and they never really get in here and open up this cap and visually look and see how much fluid's in there, and they find out this thing's bone dry and their level is low and they've been driving it. It takes one time for your vehicle to get hot. It's really caused problems, so this is pretty important. And I think you can get these now, since this is 2018. You could probably get these for every vehicle imaginable clear like this. And I love these because you can just visually look at them and see the level, and it's not a big deal to hassle with trying to guess. And I even got a cap, and I think I paid $28 for this, free shipping. And just go on eBay and do a search, do a Google search, and you'll find probably the one that will fit your application. So we're going to take this off here. Now I've gone ahead and loosened up a lot of nuts, and I'm doing this on my cell phone because I don't really have any room here for my tripods, so I'm going to do this as quickly as I can. All these bolts that go here, there's a nut there, and one here. They're 10 millimeter. They're right here. And to get this out, I actually took these bolts out of this fuse holder. These are 10 millimeter too. Just kind of get out of the way because you can't get your socket in there for that one. You got two hoses here, and that's basically it. And on these hoses, I like to use this little 6 millimeter because you can really bite these clamps right here. You can really get in there and get those out. And at this point, for video purposes, I've gone ahead and unhooked a lot of this. And here's the old one. Take it out. And I can show you right here. Sometimes that works, sometimes it don't, but you can just see how hot it's got. So, at least the cap is good. You know, I thought I'd make a little video today. A little slow. I'm waiting for the weather to get a little cooler so I can do some things outside. So here is the new one. We'll go ahead and stick it in here. And by the way, I've been driving this Land Rover around for, I don't know, 4 or 5 days. Put about 200 miles on it. And I gotta tell you, it runs really good. So we'll go ahead and put that hose on. Put this little one here, right here on. Set it down in there and put our bolts back together. And we are done. So I figured I'd make a little video. And just to remind you guys to check your reservoirs, especially in the summer if you're gonna be on a trip. Make sure you got fluid in it. Make sure they're not damaged or leaking like this one here was. Because you'd be surprised how bad these things are sometimes and not know it until you go to fill them up and you find out you got a leak. And they're probably not leaking because they're empty anyway, so you just don't know it. Alright, so for this job I just used these little tiny sockets here and a little extension, and that's about it. Like I said, the bolts and nuts were all 10 millimeter. And the little socket there took off the clamp. So I'll set the phone down, go ahead and set this in here, put some antifreeze in it, and start it up. Okay, kids of America, and wherever you may be, there we are. Check that out. Now I can visually look and see the coolant level and not worry about it. So this worked out really well. And that antifreeze, guess where it came from? Yes, I like to save money. I buy like 5 or 6 gallons when I go there, just to have it for like $3 a gallon, I think. But anyway, I just wanted to do a quick video today, show you guys it's pretty important to keep an eye on your coolant level. Let me go ahead and shut the vehicle off. By the way, it runs really good. By the way, I don't know if anybody, how many of you guys watched Jay Leno's Garage last night. They had a Bronco one, I think it was a 77 Ford Bronco, and a lot of these older vehicles are starting to come back. People are collecting them, so this Land Rover is pretty much going to be sold. Got a guy interested in it, so it's probably not going to be worked on too much more by me. But if you do have a heating problem and you can't figure it out, if you have a clutch fan, definitely make sure it is not bad. Go back and look at my other video, and this applies just about to all vehicles ever made that has a clutch fan. And also keep an eye on your coolant level, and it's doing what it's supposed to do, so that's great. So that's it, guys. We'll go in where it's cool, and until my next video, subscribe and like and all that, and I'll see you then.